come and do government business.
Aside
Just to do government business.
so what would you say? I mean, after this whole outcome of this election, what would you say about
Ghanaians have spoken. We should listen to them.
Is there any more you're expecting from Ghana going forward?
I'm not in charge of the agenda. Those who are the business managers would agree on the agenda, and those of us who are members of parliament would do accordingly.
Are you expecting all your colleagues to be present for business to begin?
It's my expectation that parliamentarians will do their work. Maybe there might be a colleague here who is on the parliamentary business outside the chamber. I cannot be here. But I'm expecting all parliamentarians to do their work.
So this was a side of Napo Ayehu that Matthew Opoku Prempeh. People were saying, say, election is what makes people come back to their senses. And I agree. Because what you saw yesterday was a different side of Napo. Yesterday, even on Twitter and even on TikTok and Andy's from Telegram group, they were saying, say, this is a Napo we've not seen before. Because all eyes was on Napo. Especially the MPP big way, so lose some seat. Even though Napo, he will not be coming back as an MP again because he gave up his seat to be the running mate. You could see clearly, say, that thing among four complaints and Napo, you good, but arrogance, how so pomposity, any idea. Not still now, he was struggling to come in terms with even though for during a bribe picking Napo as a running mate. He told him, he said, you are a nice gentleman, but people are complaining, say, you are full of yourself. You are growing too much wings. Work on it because we don't do those things here. Otunfo knew what he was talking about, but still on the campaign grounds, the Kasa and Suban showed that Napo has learned nothing. He made a position, went into it. But then yesterday, when he came to Parliament on the 16th of December 2024, he saw a different composure. And among for Kasa, yes, it is because Ghana for a MPP. The word on the street is that MPP for aside from the economic hardship, it is about arrogance. It is about pomposity. It is about you guys not being attentive. It is about you guys being dismissive or the fact say Niema a ekoso Ghana han omeni enje the youth in Bravo and UBR. And when Ghanaians show them the red flag, ahombrasena starteba, ahombrasena as to whether it's going to last long or not, we don't know. But yesterday, okay, Napo says something on the floor. This was the turning point for the Napo's political career. Even the National Democratic Congress, they were like, this is a new Napo. This guy is doing something which is really different. And if he, should continue this way, it is going to be a game changer for the New Patriotic Party in 2024, in 2028. One of the things you have to note though is that even the New Patriotic Party, there's word inside that they want to consider and remove this man as a flag bearer, as a running mate. So he doing this perhaps signal said the guy is really learning, and for once, Adrian as a air back, he's coming back to his senses, something like that. So clearly, you could see that this is one of the things. A trigger yesterday. The pictures you are seeing on the screen. So your bro Nimun Taka and Sam George say, Omuya Wawe to Anomu Diagra. After election, they all come back together. But let's go and watch this particular message. Napo Ekanya. Everyone is like, damn, Napo has really, really changed. As to whether it's the election or not, we can't really tell.
Honorable Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, yes.
It's not hyphenated.
It's not.
It's not.
Only the Napo is together.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I thought the minority leader and the majority leader had come to an understanding as far as government business that we can pursue this session that we are undergoing. Just to get up and say that Ghanaians have totally rejected MPP and all his bills and all his encumbrances is a very, very unfair statement, Mr. Speaker. It's a very, very unfair statement in the sense that there are other things that have been programmed that I think that we shouldn't even bother to do. Why should we at this time take up any bill, whether it is environmental bill or social bill? I think the new government then should come and start because we are resetting. And I agree, Ghanaians voted for resetting. So, Mr. Speaker, let's probably, the only thing we have to do is to take the vote on account and close shop. We should not continue with any business here because, like Honorable Okujeto said, and rightly so, Ghanaians have voted for the resetting agenda of Nkoko Nkiti. So, not only that, Mr. Speaker, apart from the vote and proceedings and maybe his end of service benefits that he's very much interested in, every other thing, social protection bill, second reading of bills, third reading, so that we have enough time to do Article 71 business and do vote on account, such that, yes, if it is not worth doing, it's not worth doing. Please. So we have agreed on resetting. Let's close shop on everything. Do those that are interested in that will further his own personal interest. And close shop. Thank you.
I wanted to come and first of all congratulate you on your remarkable electoral victory at the weekend. The team were just saying how it exceeded even your own expectations. So huge congratulations. We had observers out around the country in 15 of the regions and got 409 polling station reports, and it was great to see this election proceed so peacefully. And the reports that we had in from our observers really noted how clear the process was throughout. And it was good also to see, of course, Dr. Bawumia concede and then the conciliatory tone of your response to his concession as well. Also your calls for calm and for the correct processes to be followed during the collation afterwards. So a good election, a really strong basis for you moving forward. And we, as the representatives of British government here in Ghana, want to state our commitment to working with you, to supporting you and your government through your tenure. You know, I know, that the relationship between UK and Ghana is a really important one. It's one that the British government prizes highly. British people prize highly when you think about the people connections between our countries. And we look forward to taking it from strength to strength under your leadership. We worked closely together with some of your team, bringing in some of the expertise from our High Commission team through the manifesto process. And we want to offer that support as you go through the transition and through your first days in government as well. We've of course seen your 120-day plan. It highlights a number of areas where your interests and our interests coincide, thinking about health, education, but perhaps particularly economic growth, job creation. We want to offer up our expertise to assist however that might be useful to you. We're interested also in what you have said before the election and since around governance, around getting on top of corruption. These are areas also that matter a huge amount to the UK. They're areas where we're learning across the world how to do better. So again, we're keen to talk with you. We've benefited in the past from senior level dialogues, ministerial level dialogues that happen regularly through the year, covering economics and the commercial relationship, trade and investment, as well as security and defence, where our areas of collaboration are very broad. So we're keen to continue to work with you in those areas particularly and make the most of those senior level dialogues. But mostly for now, we want to say a huge congratulations, and we want to offer our support to you and to your incoming government as you take on this huge responsibility, giving us such a significant majority of the vote over the weekend. Congratulations, Excellency, and to all of your team. Her Excellency, Prof. Jane as well.
Thank you. It was assumed, the congratulations were assumed because you had an open door. We've met several times in the run-up to the election, long before the election, and in the run-up to the election. And so we've always had an open channel of communication. And so, I mean, even if I didn't hear from you, I'd assume your congratulations.
I'm glad. I hope you also had the message from the Foreign Secretary and the Minister for Africa.
Yes, we did. Yes, thank you. And so, I knew Ghana will get it right, and that we'll be able to sail through this election, despite the anxiety that existed before the election. We've always managed in the last minute to pull the chestnuts out of the fire, and I think we did that again. There were a few casualties though, and I do think that it's something we must look into to make sure that it does not become a mark of our elections that people lose their lives. And so I believe that the current administration will begin some investigation to find out what happened, and we will continue that investigation from wherever they leave off. The transition teams have been set up, and they've started to work. So I hope that the transition will go expeditiously and that it will be a smooth process so that we have a smooth handover from one government to the other. And so we'll see how that goes. In the meantime, we'll be happy to begin some multilateral and bilateral discussions on the economic cooperation between us and our international partners. And UK is particularly a historic partner in terms of our joint history and all. And so we'll be happy to look at what the cooperation is. Of course, our priorities are restoring economic stability. That's absolutely the priority. And the second is restoring economic growth and creating more job opportunities for young people. But we do have some emergencies we need to deal with, and that is the energy sector. It's the Achilles heel of the whole economic recovery effort. If we do not do something about the energy sector, it could crash everything that we're doing. So as quickly as possible, we want to look at whatever assistance we can get in looking at the whole energy value chain and making sure we have a more sustainable energy sector going forward. And so whatever our partners can do to be of assistance, both in terms of technical cooperation and also in terms of, resource mobilization, I think it's something we'd like to look at. Aside from that, I think so far so good. The cooperation we're expecting is what is ongoing. There are few signals that have been raised in respect of some contracts that some parastatals are trying to sign off at the last minute. That will commit government, the new government, even before it has come into office. And so it's something that we've raised a signal about. And it's my hope that the Joint Transitional Team would take a look at it and deal with it. There are also reports of last-minute mass recruitments into all the agencies, which will be a liability on the new government. And so that's something we've asked them to